Jiahui does, and we've already seen signs of frailty. Can't show too much of that against the Rocket.
Okay, back we go, frame 2.
Yeah, you've got to say, this World Championship so far, Ronnie's not been at his best. He's had it pretty comfortable. Nobody has yet to put him under any pressure. Can Jiahui be the first? Going in the signs of the first frame, well, no, but I mean, you would hope that he is going to settle into this match. He's under absolutely no pressure in terms of not many people expect him to win. There's always pressure, and it's a quarterfinal of the World Championship, of course there is, and he'll feel that, but in terms of the overall picture, he can kind of just try and play his own game, see where it gets him. Easier said than done.
But I suppose what we tend to forget is Jiahui is under so much pressure because of the people back in China who will be willing him on against Ronnie O'Sullivan, who is very, very popular in China as well. But, you know, he'll have that in the back of his mind. He's performing for his country out there as well as himself. So that adds a lot of pressure up against the greatest player that's ever picked a cue up. But he's got to play some good tactical play as well to get the chances. You can't just keep having a go at difficult ones. I mean, he's had 4 goes in the opening frame and kept wobbling the pots in the jaws of the pocket. A few good telling safety shots to get himself in amongst the balls.
One.
Just holds his hand up to apologise, but he got a very good safety shot, though if the red had stayed over the pocket, Ronnie had a bit of a chance, but overall that was a pretty good shot from Jiahui. The fluke's just going to get him 1 point.
Jiahui 1.
This is not straightforward with the reds open like this. The one that's to the right of the black and nearest the cushion, that's the one he'd like to land on. It's not quite going to reach, but a similar line will get him there.
Foul and a miss. Jiahui 4.
Just needs to get a little bit more side on it.
Have a look, Ronnie. No. Can you bring it up again, please?
Yeah, it's important that it's exactly in the position. He's got to swerve it a little bit to get round the brown.
And it's got to come a bit closer to the ball cushion.
Sandra has on scoring duty this afternoon.
Keep going, keep going. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Ronnie? Thank you.
wanted to hit cushion first, though, because Jiahui might have a go at this as a free shot because he can get on the black because of the way Ronnie just nudged the red. He wanted to hit it from behind, so he could make this and he could get on the black. Thinking what an international game it is, snooker these days. We've got Ronnie O'Sullivan from England, Jiahui from China, Olivier Martel, the referee, from Belgium, and Jan Verhaast from Holland. So it really is an international day here at the Crucible.
Best shot Jiahui has played so far this afternoon. Brilliant safety shot, acknowledged by Ronnie O'Sullivan.
You know, there might be a guide here as we show you that shot again. Have a look at this here. It was a guide through to that red. But where's the white going? It's okay. Just potted his way out of trouble, but there was a path through to take that on and thread that cue ball back down the table, avoiding all the reds.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 1.
I'm just looking, there's a potential pot on here. He can get past the blue, as you can see, and he could finish on the black. Much better.
1.
Much better cueing there.
Not easy either, this black. A little bit. So you've not settled yet. So you need to cue this nicely. Again, hit it harder than I thought he was going to hit it, but he's okay.
8.
Jiahui, you really need to score here, because this is as good a chance as you would hope for.
He's just switched hands to play this shot, but he's got to be a bit careful. If he plays this left-handed, he's got to screw past the black off 2 cushions to leave it to the same pocket as the red. Well, he's played the cannon as well, but
9.
left-handed, that's not bad there. He obviously felt he couldn't screw past the black, so he had to rely on the cannon. Yeah, he really has to produce the snooker he did a couple of years ago when he got to the semi-final and
16.
played some remarkable stuff.
17. $23. 24. $31. $32.
Beautiful little cannon, leaving
39.
himself a choice of reds. So far, so good here.
40.
Stephen mentioned in the opening frame he's got to try and win frames with one visit. He's well on the way here to doing that. Have to do something careless not to
47.
secure the second frame. Doesn't have to run through for the black. He can stay for the pink. He's got so many options where the balls are sitting.
48.
He could have played that a little better. Played for the pink and he's changed his mind again. So safely in. But look where the cue ball's going. That's about keeping close control of that
55.
cue ball. Now he's faced with a difficult cutback. And the frame's far from safe. But a good recovery there.
Yeah, that was a good shot because you had to really be positive through the cue ball to get the desired sort of screw in the cue ball to hold it for the green.
59.
Yeah, sigh of relief a little bit after potting that red because he would have been
60.
devastated to see the cue ball go behind the pink after that last black. Yeah, this is good from Jiahui. To say, didn't look that composed in the first frame and the first sort of exchanges of the second frame, but this break will have
67.
certainly calmed him down and
68.
just made him feel like he's involved in the match now. He can hopefully, to say, relax and just play his natural game without, feeling too much of the occasion or the intimidation from his opponent. It can just be him in the table.
Yeah, in his last match,
75.
I thought Ben Wollaston was going to go on and beat him when they got to 10 each, but he produced two wonderful frames and then closed the match out 13-10. But
76.
he was in a spot of bother there, but that's all in the past. He's now out there in the quarterfinal against the 7 times champion, and he's got to really enjoy this, and I'm sure he will, because he's a wonderful talent.
81.
Yeah, you want to be in a situation at the
82.
table where you don't fear missing. You just play the shots. You're not thinking about what happens if you miss the shot. That's the place you want to be at. And hopefully this break will have now done that for Jiahui. Not thinking of any consequences
89.
of bad shots, just playing the shots.
$90.
Just the yellow and green needed for the century break. He's made 84 in his career,
95.
32 this season, but this is quite an important one that he'll knock in here when the green disappears.
97.
Well played, Jiahui.
Jiahui 100.
Yeah, exactly
And the
what
break.
Jiahui needed to get himself into this match. A very, very nice century break, and he levels at 1 each.